since like back to back. Like first it was Cardi, then it was Meg, now it's Nicki. Like what's going on, man?
So it's the rappers girls' fault that all they dudes are cheating on them?
I don't know. Is it a coincidence? But or is it? Go ahead, Chris. What you
This
gonna
one's
say?
this one's like, I mean, I don't really care for it, but it's a bit disappointing because this is someone she met before the fame, and that tends to hit a little different. This is somebody she met way before she was on, and you would think that they built a connection deeper than
Right.
when she would be on and dating a celebrity of sorts. But clearly, if he did allegedly cheat, it kind of lets me know. I don't know what the dynamic is. I don't know if it's, she's the star and I play the back seat, and I'm around the lifestyle and I fall into temptation of, I don't know who he slept with, but whatever. But it kind of lets me know, like, us men,
There's
we're
no
gonna,
satisfying?
yeah, kind of. But like, men are gonna like for the probably the least part entertain. But when you go out and actually do the act of physical cheating,
Yeah, that's something different.
that's what separates all the men in the relationship. And I beg the question: is there a woman out there for a man that will make them not even entertain the thought of cheating? So that's my thought on their particular relationship.
I'm just saying, well, all the heat that this woman took for this man is a bit ridiculous for him to be acting the way he acting. The way she got you living, and this is not just for him. This is for all the people that like who significant others put them in position. You got a lot of nerve. Like you got a lot of legal issues, a lot of backlash that she has to deal with because of you, and you have the nerve to cheat on me. Like your
She
boss
said the
must be bigger than
nerve.
the nerve. Like your boss must be bigger than King Kong's because there's no way after all that I have to put up for you and deal with you, and you would do that to me. Crazy. I like
I
it
mean,
sucks.
I think we forget that these people are human. Like, you know what I mean? Just because they're celebrities, they're people too. And it could be a lot more that has to do with, maybe his personality, maybe, who knows? Like, because, I guess, people go through relationships, they, break up with people, things don't work out. But I mean, I think part of it maybe could be her celebrity, you know what I'm saying? And maybe that could be a lot much to deal with a man that has a woman out,
Yeah,
that's
but I
out
still
front.
I put you in position though. Like you said, if I buy you a phone curls, the diamonds and the fancy cars, all you gotta do is do right by me. But I'm a
I
female
mean,
or a male.
but think about that also too. Like you could also think about it from a perspective of him living with the person. It's like he's not Nicki Minaj. How can you say it? It's like that's Nicki Minaj's husband. He's not Nicki Minaj is not his wife, if so to speak. You know what I mean?
I
What
mean,
Drake said
if
that
it's
dog?
not
What Drake said that about that's your
female,
world tour? Oh yeah, about that's your girl's tour, your
yeah.
world. You know what I mean? That could be a lot to deal with. What do you think about that, Chris, from a man perspective?
I do think that that's a real possibility that you live, like, whether he accepted or not or told her about it, he's living under the shadow of being labeled Nicki Minaj's boyfriend or husband. And then, if you go down a rabbit hole of insecurity, I would say maybe like, damn, like I have to find ways to build myself up. And if you really fall into the rabbit hole of that stuff, it makes you want to find validation, maybe from another woman. Like, I still got it. Like, I'm being labeled Nicki Minaj's husband. But Marie brought up a good point. It's like, you have some questionable criminal history that a lot of people don't play with when it comes to minors, allegedly, and she stood by you through the trenches and stuff. And now imagine that. And then you find out he cheated. It's like, yo,
Well, that's what they saying
I hate
allegedly.
the side of it.
Does he sound
It's
digital to
great.
you or
Yeah,
is
yo,
it
Chris. Yeah, I
animal?
think it's your headphones, bro. Like you sounding kind of like you underwater.
How about now?
Yeah, you good
Yeah, you
now.
sound better.
All right, cool.
It was the echo, I think, with you.
Yeah, but I hear you though, Chris. Like I mean, to like Marie's point, I guess she said the nerve of you. But again, like I said, I don't know. You love who you love, and you get with who you get with. But again, like I said, I could think that could be a lot of pressure on the dude. Like you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
And then imagine
is it
like we
not the
always talk
same?
about Chris. Not to cut you off, Marie. I'm sorry, but like we always talk about sometimes too another aspect. We want to get not, but your wife taking care of you, and it's just like she's not just she's a megastar. So it's just like people look at this nigga like maybe less as a man because it's just like you only got what you got because your wife take care of you. You know, that's the crazy stigma that people deal with sometimes too. You
Do you
know.
want me to throw it away? Okay.
The ego aspect of it, like, it definitely plays a part. I don't know what he does professionally to contribute to
Nothing.
the household, but
Nothing.
if let's just say it is nothing allegedly, right?
It's nothing.
That can loom over a man's brain and really affect them to the point where, like, how do I cope with this? Or maybe a little
Mm.
attention from another woman helps. Maybe the fact that I know I can get
Or
another
maybe
woman
he
outside
just,
of my
yeah.
wife.
Okay, I understand now that y'all explained it a little more. Maybe it sounds a little more easier in my head than before. Like it's like the pressure. He can't work. He can't do anything
He could
in his
probably work, but
household.
why does he have to? His wife is a gazillionaire.
But let me finish.
I'm sorry.
Because he's he's what he is. He's he's in the Epstein files. Not really. I'm just joking. But I'm saying,
Yeah, we know
he
what you
got to be
mean.
registered. And then like so maybe you feel inadequate because you can't find the job that you want because of what happened. So then you're living in a household where a woman's taking care of you all the time, and that's the meaning for a man. Where you don't got you're not the leader of the house, basically like that. So you looking for somebody to make you the leader. So I understand maybe that's why you stepped out. Like, it still don't make it right, but like, no.
I'm not saying it makes it right, but I'm just saying like these are emotions that, you know, men deal with or just people in general. It's just like when a lot of these things happen in relationships, we ultimately look at like, why would he do something like that after all she did for him? These could be other reasons and components of why like sometimes relationships break down in that regard, you know?
Yeah, but this is like millionaire people. Again, cheating is a rich man sport. Not for these broke motherfuckers that are not doing nothing talking about, I needed an outlet. You better outlet your ass until you fucking find a job. I don't know what else to tell you, bro.
I mean,
I,
You ain't trying to find the wrong outlet.
I mean, that's the thing, right? It's like whether you're broke or rich, men are going to cheat.
No.
They're gonna cheat. Like, will it
people
hurt?
cheat. Don't
Will
just
it?
play on man.
Yeah, yeah. I don't want to do that. You know, I hate siding with women, but listen,
Right.
like a man will cheat whether he's providing all of it or providing none of it. I feel like there's an added nuance to what he's dealing with because he's providing. I'm not gonna say nothing because he might be providing something that's tangible to her that's not financial. You know, maybe, and that's yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like, maybe he felt like he's succumbing to the pressure of maybe, I don't know, comments and people in his head where they're saying like, yo, you're just I don't know, like you're just there. You're a stay-at-home husband. And that's not normal in society. Whether society plays a part in his mindset, that's not normal. So
Right.
that's going to eat at him. It's going to eat at any man that's dealing with that. But like I said, whether he was providing it, say if he was providing it all, he might find it valid in his mind to say, well, I can do this because I'm providing it all. So it's either way, it's going to happen.
It's like when Jay-Z, when everybody found out Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce, it was like, oh, you know, it's going to happen either way. You know, you guys are two powerful people, both from getting money, both in, you know, touring in different places. So, you know, you might want to, you know, have a night out of fun or something like that.
I mean, even still, like if you're in a relationship,
it's always going to be a reason. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's always going to be a reason. And that's why I like when it comes to marriage, like if you cheat on me and we're dating, like that's not saying it's not nothing, but it's easy for us to walk away. But the marriage, the whole point of us do his part to be faithful to one another, like that's a job. Like, and that's why I feel like people fail at completely thinking marriage is just a status. Like that's a full-time job to try to keep that shit together, to keep us together so we can keep our family together. Right. And the moment you step out and you think selfishly, you ruined it for everybody.
I mean, but there was, you know, I hate to say it, but I know, and it was the past, but there was, I don't want to say, cheating should be ever, you know, permitted or a thing that we accept, but in certain aspects of it too, I look at it from a perspective of like, do we break up the home for the kids always because of that? Like, you know what I mean? Is that just like an ultimate, like non-negotiable? It's over and done with? Because some people accept like the roles, like you said, some celebrities, they know that they're in the limelight and they may encounter situations that obviously might tempt them to be, you know, to cheat. And some people can live with it just based on the lives they live. You know what I mean? Depending on who we talking to. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's why people have open relationships sometimes, or maybe they adjust and they bring people in their bedroom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's like a lack of time. It's like getting a tattoo when you know you're about to break up. You kind of just jinxed it, you know, I understand like trying to revamp your relationship to bring it back. But there's some things that you already know. If you're trying to bring outside people into your marriage to make it better, you should know that it's going downhill by then.
I mean, but there's some people that are just fine with it. You know what I mean?
No, but those are couples who go into the marriage or go into their relationship knowing that eventually somebody else will be in their relationship. That's what makes it happy when that conversation happens and I'm both on the same page on it. Like if I meet Chris and I'm like, hey, you know, we should date. You're like, yeah, listen, but let me tell you, I always wanted to be, you know, in a throuple or a polygamous relationship. I'm like, you know what? Me too. That works. We're honest with one each other and we, you know, our goals are the same in a way. We just got to figure out the rules and everything else down the line. Yeah. But if you go into being it like, baby, it's only you, it's only me, it's nobody else. We're together forever. I love you. And then the moment I turn around, you step out on me. That's different. Like,
y'all saw Chris's face twitch. What you got to say about this, Chris?
Yeah.
I mean, too much of the time. Who's on the first date talking about? If I'm a man, I'm on the first date. I'm not bringing to the table like, yo, I'm polyamorous.
No,
but why not though?
But there's nothing wrong with it. But the initial convo is not happening because a man is like, they don't want them to go up and run away so instead of telling them the truth up front, they'd rather hear them find out about it. The woman will find out about it in another way where it's
wait for the woman to fall in love with you.
And it's disloyal and you're doing it disloyally. Yeah. So that's when they're finding out. But if you put it out on the table, I'd rather just put it out on the table. And if you don't like it, I respect the fact that you don't want to share me. And we don't have to do polyamorous, but that conversation. How many people are actually upfront about that conversation early on? The early on conversations are what establishes where the hell we're going to go from here. You got the information, process it. Yeah. Now you make an adult decision whether you want to go on forward with me. But a man would rather you sit there, fall in love with them, you know, whatever, and then spring it on them when they find you coming home from work and you in there with like you in a sex club or whatever. I don't know, but
not for now. I'm saying now in our time, it's much easier because I'm pretty sure there's an app for people who want those kind of relationships that you could just be like, hey, this is the type of, you know, thing I want to go on or whatever. You got so much forms of communication for us for now, for us to be doing that, you know, for it to just be popping out when, we got 2 kids in, married for 3 years before you're like, yeah, I always wanted another girlfriend. And you're like, excuse me? You're like, hold up, wait a minute, go back.
Yeah, no, I was just putting things out there in regard to why it's just like, I mean, in ways that like I said, I don't never condone cheating, But it's just like with some people, the world that they live in, I don't know. I don't know if there's a question to ask if his cheating is ever understandable. I guess it would have to be like you guys are saying, depending on those two people and how they would handle and where their egos lie in the thing. You know what I mean?
I don't. For me, there's not one point. Even if it's as a get back, like even if like your partner's cheating and you turn around and cheat, for me is it's a no go altogether. Even if that girl meant nothing to you, even though or she did, it doesn't make it any better either way. Because y'all guys say the same two things when y'all get caught cheating. It was nothing, which is hurtful because you threw this away for nothing. Or two, I fell in love with her, which means you went behind my back, you had a whole relationship, and you fell in love with somebody else behind my back. So there's no pull and take with that. You're kind of screwed either way. So it's like.